Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. Somebody said SouFlo. You know, see Spice, dancehall queen Spice, down in Atlanta, marching out in the streets, protesting in the United States of America. You ever see her do anything like that at Jamaica yet? You see how them Jamaican people here love foreign something. You see how them hype over foreign stuff. Them don't know say enough things there them own yard for protest about. Talk about it no man. Here I am. And I'm going to speak about it. Alright? Let's have a good little conversation here. So, the Queen of Dancehall, Spice. She was seen in Atlanta in a march, right? And I'm sure she had her own picture taken and put out there because she's leading by example. And she was out there protesting along with others. Y'all already know what the protests have been about. Y'all already know that she has children. And someone said, well, SouFlo, you know, so she live in Atlanta. Right? See, a lot of people are under the impression that Spice only travels for work. And she goes places and she does a show and she goes back to Jamaica. And Jamaica is the only place that she lives. Well, apparently, she lives in Atlanta as well. So, she's living in the United States of America. And as a black woman in the United States of America, I don't care how much money she has, this could very well happen to her as well. This could very well happen to her son. This could very well happen to her daughter, Sandra Bland. This could very well happen to her, Breonna Taylor. So she is affected by this. So if she gets out there and she protests, it's because it's valid. Now, Spice knows that. But I'm asking y'all though, where was the strength when she released Black Hypocrisy? Because that is our own issue that divides us. Divides us to the point where it opens such a big door for others to come in through that door and abuse us. So this isn't new to her. That whole Black Hypocrisy thing that she did and that whole addressing colorism, that was a whole protest on its own. Remember when she did the video, she did the pictures, and all of us was saying, nah man, but Spice bleach out. Lord God, look ya now. Did you see the comment section? They beat the daylights out of Spice in the comment section. Some people say she never have no talent anyway, so I guess she have to do something controversial. And she was tricking y'all the whole time. A lot of other people said, yes, mama, I just want to know your bleaching regime because your thing turn up. You look good. Me black, you know, but I saw me want light like you. And she did it to make an example. There are a lot of people that would like her more if she was of a lighter complexion. There are a lot of black people that are her own people who talk about her skin color all the time in a derogatory manner. A Jamaica, me grew up in a people. Although partially raised between the US and Jamaica, but a Jamaica, me do the foundation of my growing up. And I remember specifically hearing Jamaican parents and Jamaican people out a road. When they're cussing each other out a road, you know, when them cuss and them fling up them frack and all these things and the whole how we can see it, them thing there. So I come from the culture. I'm not an outsider looking in telling you this. This is life experience telling you this. You're black and ugly now. How many times have we heard that? Or you hear somebody that say, Lord God, the girl black in black till, she black till, me don't know, she just black and ugly so. Or you hear Nah, sir. Him a no my type. Him too black. Me no want a black man like that. Him too black. Me can't deal with little brown skin. But that they sitting there, Even parents would tell their children, now bring that coming here, no? Some parents would go out their way to actually tell their daughters, make sure you get one of them Indian boy there, them coolie boy there with the pretty hair, so you can't have baby with pretty hair and brown skin. Make sure you get somebody, no bring nobody black and ugly come in here, you know. And they weren't talking about bring anybody black as in from the black race come in here. They're talking about don't bring anybody black, dark skin black come in here. It's okay to stay within your own race as long as you don't get with somebody that is too dark. We're the same ones that fight each other over dark skin, light skin. We make the darker skin ones feel insecure about themselves. A lot of black women will tell you that are dark skin that, wow, I didn't hear I was beautiful until I was like in my teenage years. And guess what? A man out on road, I tell them, said they're beautiful. Man out in the road telling them they're beautiful. Why you think a strange man is going to tell a girl in her teens she's beautiful? Think about it. You think it's because he really find her beautiful? You think he's going to wife her for life her? You think he just wants to be a friend? And we left our young girls out there to the mercy of the world after we abused them psychologically and sent them out into the world to the wolves with a mindset that they were ugly because they're dark skin. That was a huge issue that deserved more time, deserved more discussion, more in-depth discussion. Spice was the one that brought that to the forefront in our culture. So how come we don't just brush that past up? But because she on the front lines in America, there are people out there that are willing to say stuff like, she had do it for the clout. She clout chasing. You know, say she make sure she there on camera. You know, say she make sure say everybody see her. I bet say after she take the picture, she run go back to her yard. That kind of stuff. But you're failing to understand. Remember Marcus Garvey? Marcus Garvey was operative right here in the United States of America, you know. He used to stand up out in the streets upon him soapbox and preach the thing. You understand? So Spice wouldn't be the first. There are a lot of Jamaicans that are out there in the US joining in the movements that are going on to see justice brought to not just the individuals that were done wrong, but to make sure that a system that has been operative no longer exists. That better things are ahead for us, our children, our children's children. Here's my thing though. Big up to Spice for that. And I don't see anything wrong. But please remember this, and this is to the other Jamaicans as well. There are issues that are in Jamaica that I, SouFLoTV, have been saying for the longest that you don't need for march for them that come out in your numbers. Be inspired. Look at the numbers that came out in France the other day on this US issue. Look at the numbers that came out in all 50 states of the US. And remember at the beginning of that protest, I said the only way marching is going to work is if simultaneously every state in the United States of America picks it up. Because it is only then that the establishment will realize that, oh shit, this is really an uprising. And how are we going to deal with all 50 states rising up at the same time? It's not like 10 states are rising up and then we could use the other 40 states to crush the 10. It's a whole rise up. And that's exactly what happened. So as we wait to see how this plays out, I want my Jamaicans to be aware and mindful that the same thing is needed in Jamaica. Only difference is in Jamaica we don't suffer with racism as much as we suffer with classism, and classism is what is killing us. Police brutality, classism. And it's not just police brutality, it's law enforcement brutality and classism. Because if the lady bogle pick up tree in our bed the other day and she never bother nobody. So it's classism and law enforcement brutality in the Caribbean or in Jamaica. That is our issue. So bring out the numbers, bring out the placards, come out in the thousands and the hundreds of thousands and march for those. Crime and violence is killing us. Jamaica is a beautiful country, a beautiful place, but a lot of people are scared to return. People that are native to the soil are scared to return. They're not tourists. Tourists don't care about your inner fightings because tourists come and tourists leave. It's always okay when you have a ticket to leave. But when you're stuck in a position and you have no ticket to leave and you see no way out, then that starts to hit differently. You understand? So there are a lot of us that want to move back home. Not us, but Jamaican people overseas that want to move back home. That want to interact with the island more. That want to invest in the island more. That want to help to build up the island more. That want to bring back their expertise from overseas. All the things they've studied and learned over the years to nurture and build. But the violence scares them. So march out in the streets for that, Jamaica. March for the establishment, the head of the establishment, to actually sit down and constructively say, listen, we have to tighten up on crime and criminals. We have to invest in catching these criminals, and then we have to invest in applying a punishment that stands as a deterrent. Right now, the punishment for murder doesn't even stand as a deterrent in Jamaica. Yeah, you suspected somebody like Vybz Kartel of murder. Still has not been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, but he got 35 years, right? Life in prison. But a guy that beats his woman to death, wraps her in a tarpaulin, and the neighborhood witnesses him trying to roll that body over into a gully off of a bridge, calls his name out, he takes off running, he disappears for days, and then he shows up with a family friend that is also a police officer and his attorney intact, and they go to turn him in, and his case is done and over with, and he gets a little bit of time, no time at all in prison. These are the things that we have to look at. So it's never going to get better. The crime situation is never going to get better. The classism is never going to get better until we stand up and speak out on those in numbers, in the thousands and the hundreds of thousands. There are ways to do it. I've told people before, I said, go stand in front of Andrew Holness's house. People said, SouFlo, a way I tell people to go do, but turn up in front of Andrew Holness's house. You must want the people them dead. Did you see the thousands of people that went and stood in front of the White House? Camped out right in front of the White House. Peaceful protest right in front of the White House. Did you see that? Nobody died. Ready for kill for every little thing. As somebody speak their opinion and it's not with yours. Yo, that boy that's dead enough. The level of hate we have for our own. It's never, oh yeah, SouFlo that man. Me and him not really agree with everything still, but I just saw the brother talk, you know. Still a good brother though. No, that boy left it dead. That's how a lot of our people operate. Let's talk about that. And let me close this video by saying this. Yes, I agree with Spice marching in the U.S. because that's where she acts. That's where she is at, and you have to get operative wherever you are at. You have to get live and active wherever you're at. You can't stay overseas and talk about, boy, I see so much going on in Jamaica, you know, but you're not operative about it. You're not active about it. And then when you get back to Jamaica, you're like, oh, the place is overrun with crime and this and that, and I can't be there. I gotta go by. You could get active even being overseas as well. So get active. Yes, you. Get active. All right? It's SouFLoTV, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I'm out. Peace.